Hello everyone and welcome on today's training. Tonight we have an amazing guest. It's a second meeting, Bartłomiej Bolechowski, who is one of 7 Polish people that are in a Strong Beast team. It's a Strong First Elite team. It's a title of people that are very engaged when it comes to exercising of for breathing, exercise of breathing, and puts a lot of work into a proper ways of breathing and a control pause. And tonight we are not only focusing on the theory, but also on a practical way. So get a huge applause in the comments. Give us a 5 there, number 5 in the comments if you are welcoming Bartłomiej. It's a time for practice. It's a time to get in shape. Hello, everyone. Before I'm gonna stream my presentation, I just want to introduce myself. All my life, my work experience was focused on my trainees that were focusing on the I'm sorry, but there's some interruption. Okay, 1 second, that there was some issues with the streaming. So I was focusing on the kettlebells mostly, but after I became an expert, I've connected dots and I was able to get the best results with my trainees and that we didn't even expect. So tonight I'm going to show you few of those exercises from a really huge amount of that we have that will improve your condition while you're walking, when you go outside and you still are using your time to do your steps, but effectively how to change that training and to extend your living. So 5 years ago, it started really 5 years ago, whenever I met people virtually or live. My goal was that those people in age, certain age, that they were leaving behind only one track, not track from, for example, a wheelchair, and doing the exercise on the breathing. You are able to do that, and you are able to. So please make sure that you're going to find your a watch that will show your seconds. I will not show you the timers. I really would like to focus on you to use your stopwatch, and we're going to start this. So today, a special training exercise. Today we are going to be doing push-ups, steps without breathing and stuff. Why do we hold our breath? And why is it worth it to do it? It's a control pause that we mentioned before, and I've mentioned before that we breathe too much. And whenever we are exercising, and your steps are a form of exercise, because for me, every single form of exercising is whenever you are breathing too much. So before, 1 second, guys, because the tempo that Bartek is giving, it's way too fast for the translation. So people that are coming to me.
Tylko oddychać za 6 osób. Mówiłem
Przepraszam na chwilkę, Bartek, jakbyś mógł troszeczkę zwolnić.
Oczywiście.
Dzięki.
Za 6 osób, ale zapomniałem.
They're breathing by 6 people, no problem. So it means that it's very hard for you to imagine, but try to imagine that you are eating 6 meals as one person. So yourself and 5 other people dinner. So we are hyperventilated. So we are breathing too much. And my mission is to show you the exercise that you gonna be slowing down your breath. So for the start, we're gonna do the control pulse, as you remember. So it's better for me to see, better for you to see me. So whenever you are sitting in, make sure you're gonna, get comfy in your sitting, because we want to get your diaphragm to be loose and to be focused on breathing. We did that training before the control pulse, and Daniel mentioned about that. The test that shows me what is your condition and what is your health kind of level and health area. For me, important is that whenever you are sitting down, we're going to take few breaths with your nose. Whenever you're going to be ready, you're going to be exhaling, but not pushing it to zero level, but naturally up until you would have take a breath in, if that makes sense. But you're not doing that. Instead of that, you're gonna block your nose and you check your seconds on your watch. The amount of seconds would be basically a level for me of diagnose. So now sit down, relax. So I will show you how the 30 minutes training session can extend of your. So you're gonna see after few of the exercise, you can be healthier, you don't have to be sick, you can get the better condition, and you won't be getting the shortness of breath. So gentle breathe in, breathe out, and then block your nose and wait up until the hunger of the inhale, where you're gonna see feel, in your neck that you're gonna need take a breathe in, but then you're gonna release your nose and you will take a deep breathe in, but don't do the deep breathe in, just a normal level, quietly, normally. Do not ever take the breath with your lungs, because we want to get the nitrogen deoxidized in your nose. That will help your body. So make sure you're gonna have stopwatch, and whenever you're ready, we're gonna start. So inhale and exhale. Hold your nose, check your watch. Remember to not to catch that breath, just gently breathe in and breathe out after. And in the comments, let me know what was your control pulse, what were your seconds that we were able to hold your breath. And I can comment on this and give you some answers. 31 seconds from Daniel, very good. So we're gonna take the simplest thing. We're gonna do a few moves. We can do the push-ups or sit-ups. Maybe we're gonna do both, because whenever you're gonna push-ups or sit-ups, we can do the 5 repeats, only breathing with our nose. But after the 5th sit-up, we can take the breath up till 0, and the next 5 sit-ups we're gonna do completely without breathing. And after the 5th, we're gonna breathe in with your nose. You might get dizzy, so just keep that in mind. And the numbers that I'm giving you are only the proposal time. So whenever you're gonna be shortness of breath after the 7th one, please make sure you're gonna breathe. So we would like to get you the 40 seconds control pulse. Like in the comments, we have Halina that is have 30 seconds. That means that she should not do the exercise, heavily exercise. Just to make sure to breathe in with your mouth, because mouth are created to eat, not to breathe. So now stand up, and we're doing, instead of me being in a shirt, I am doing it in a sports gear. So make sure that you are comfortable as well. You wear comfortable clothes. So I'm gonna do 5 sit-ups, breathing with my nose. Whenever I'm going down, I'm taking breath in, and breathe out with my nose when I go up. So breathe in and get up, breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, breathe out. Not with your mouth, with your nose. And after the 5th one, breathe out, and then 5 times without any breathing. And then breathe in with your nose. So whenever you're holding your breaths, in our kidneys, we are creating a kind of a lack of bloods, kind of. That is creating an EPO. An EPO is, for example, the cycling champions are taking EPO as a shots, but our body is able to produce it as well. And EPO is producing your erythrocyte in your spine fluid. So if you were able to do in 5 + 5, please let me know in the comments, because with the second session, I'm going to encourage you to do the breathe out till 0 and do the 10 sit-ups without any breathing. So now,
I znowu korzystamy z tlenku.
and then again, we're using deoxidase, and that is obviously anti-inflammatory as well. So the next thing that we can do are the push-ups. So of course, with the sit-ups, we could, play up, not only up until 5, but also up until 15 sit-ups in the next session and more, even 20. You might finish even up to 25 without breathing. When it comes to push-ups, there are ways that are, even my trainees are doing 100 push-ups without any breathing. Imagine that you can actually get across that barrier of the physical maybe it's not for today that something like that exists, maybe for next time. Okay, so guys, we can do the push-ups on the kettlebells on your hands. It's exactly the same story. So I'm doing 5 push-ups with breathing with my nose, and the next 5 I'm doing without any holding my breath. So the camera down and get ready for the push-ups. So take your position, going up, breathe in, going down, breathe out, and doing 5, and then 5 without any breaths. So breathe out up to 0, and then 5 without any breathing. And then breathe in with your nose, and then we're gonna relax a little bit, and then we're gonna do the second session that you're gonna do more push-ups. It can be 5 more, it can be 10 more, it can be 2 more. Of course, the ladies might do the ladies push-ups, but be careful if you're doing the push-ups, ladies push-ups, make sure that you are doing, you put your hips down, not up as an arch. So now we're doing the second session, 10 push-ups, going up, breathe in, going down, breathe out. So 10 and then 10 without any breathing. So holding your breath. And then breathe in and relax. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you have any challenges. I'm very happy that you are trying your best. So the next exercise would be breathe gently to breathe properly during your walk. I choose this especially because I know that you guys are walking. How to do that? So these walks are going to be extending your living. So during your walks, it's very important for you to breathe gently. Do not talk too much. Don't talk over the phone, because talking is one of the reasons that we are living shorter, unfortunately. So Daniel, for example, as a coach, because he talks a lot, he even talks even quicker than me. So for himself, it's very important for him to get the nitrogen deoxide after repair that. So after those exercises, he is better. So whenever you're going for a walk that it's taking 30 minutes, try to breathe a little bit, I'd say lighter, up until the moment that you are feeling to take a deeper breath with your mouth, but that it won't stress your body too much. It should be still more or less very delicate. So, but you should still be feeling that hunger for an oxygen. So how it looks like, you are walking, you are breathing with your nose, breathing out. But when you're breathing out, you are kind of getting loose your muscles. So you're not really pushing the breath, the oxygen out. It should just inflate from your body. I would say that. So let's imagine that our nose that is taking the breathe in, that is very gentle, especially at this time of the year. It's obviously exhaling the breath that it's warmer. But the proper way of the proper breathing is the twice as long exhale then an inhale. This time now it's completely messed up, and I'm going to show you the exercise how you can get on track with this. But with this exercise, we're gonna try to catch the bad habits, I would say, of that. So with the gentle breaths, we are opening our body is getting more oxygen, basically. Sorry. So more breathing gently, your body in saturation is definitely better. And I did mention about the Bora system on our previous session. So your goal on your walk is to breathe only with your nose. And I do recommend people to use the plaster on your mouth or buy a mask, breathing mask with the regulation. We are actually have them in stock on our website that is having the levels of your depths of breaths. So now we are doing more level up exercises. So the steps on your apnea. These are the apnea breaths. So we're going to do the apnea steps. And we were doing the push-ups, but now I would like you to do from time to time that you're going to set up this stopwatch, that it will remind you that every 5 minutes you should do the steps or the apnea steps. The working muscles are always producing the deoxide nitrogen. So obviously your body is pushing you to yawn or to breathe. But more we have them in our body, the more we gonna toss it in our body, basically. So we should make ourselves and control it as a first hunger for breathing, not the second kind of deep one. So the story is that we're gonna do the 5 rounds. We're gonna do only 3 now to show you the most amount of different exercises to not to work on, the records. But so the steps on apnea steps are how they look like. You basically gonna do the steps and you're gonna breathe out and you're gonna hold your breath and you're gonna do the steps without any breathing. And then again, try to take not very strongly the breathe in, very similar to the one that we were doing on a control pause. So I would like us to do the 3 rounds like that. Every single time between the rounds, you should take a rest up until 18 to 20 seconds. So now we're gonna start the apnea steps. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold your nose, and do your steps. Stop now. If you stop, and then we're gonna rest for 1 minute. And if you want to count, you can count your breaths. The cycle of breathing, it's 12 to 18 cycles of breathing, and 1 cycle is breathe in and breathe out. Of course, if you don't have space to do those steps, make your notes and try to do them that on your next walk. And do the practice and exercise. Now I'm gonna do the second session now. Now I'm trying to keep my head up and keep it on a level. And then again, breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath, and start to do your steps. And again, breathe in gently and get some rest for 1 minute. You should definitely feel your diaphragm. It's a bit more, I would say, tense. And we're going to do the 3rd session of the apnea steps. The funny thing and an interesting thing is that a healthy human body should do 80 up to 100 steps on the apnea steps. So let me know in the comments how many steps without any breathing you were able to do. So we're going to do the 3rd session now.
Okay, 90 kroków za mną.
Okay, 90 steps behind me. And you can see I'm not extremely tired. I haven't felt any tense in my diaphragm, but I'm very curious, how did you manage to do that? And if you have any questions towards this exercise, if so, please let me know in a comment, or put a note and we can do the next session of Q&A session. So the introduction to the Alpine Walk, because the athletes are usually going to trainings on the, above the sea levels, and this is the camp that I'm doing as well for up to 100 people sometimes, that are training, how to breathe properly with as well exercising. So, but you know what, you don't actually have to do that. You could manage that at home, and whenever you're going to lower your saturation, so your breathing muscles are going to be exactly the same, affected exactly the same how you would be above the sea level. So, and the funny fact is that the 80-90% of oxygen level in our body, and what we did before this Alpine steps that we did, were able to shrink that level up to even 70%. So when I was doing the last session of 90 steps, so I was at actually 4,500 level above the sea level. And the Alpine Alpine walks, and I recommend you to do that whenever you're doing, maybe after 4 or 5 days of your Alpine steps. I do not recommend you to do that tomorrow. Definitely need to practice a little bit more, because it's advanced exercise. I already chose the ones for you that are easier as an introduction to the Alpine walks. I'm not doing today with you the advanced level. Maybe next time we're gonna do on a third webinar, but today it's introduction. We're gonna play a little bit with your saturation, but it won't be the hardcore level. So what we're going to do today, whenever you are on the Alpine, you're going to do up to 20 steps. It's obviously, you need to keep in mind how you felt before on the Alpine steps when you did the 20 steps of the Alpine walks. Now you should do 15 or 25, and you should stop for 30 seconds. And in that 30 seconds, you should do a gentle breathe in, breathe out. And you should do the second session, 15 steps, Alpine steps. And then we're going to do 4 series like that. And that will be a very good introduction to Alpine walk. So in the matter of your apartment, you should do a very good quality training, and that is our goal for today. So breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath, and do the 15 steps. And then we're gonna rest for 30 seconds. During your try to breathe it with the diaphragm, not with your with your kind of breath kind of area. So 5 seconds left for me, and then breathe in, breathe out the second round, 15 steps without any breathing. Get some rest, 30 seconds rest. In 5 seconds, a third round of 4. Breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath, another set of steps. And the last fourth round.
Dobra. I przed nami
And now the next exercise in front of us, ahead of us. So the rest before the Alpine Walk and most advanced that I've prepared for you. So are the steps that are entitled to rebuild your bad habits of breathing. So it's kind of a reset of your nerve system. So it will work on your nerve system. Let us remind ourselves that our parasympathetic nervous system is it's responsible for running away, okay? And that makes obviously the adrenaline, that quicker heartbeat and produce of the cortisol, that it's bad for our body. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reset and basically rewind of our breathing system. So the breath should be 1.5 way longer. So breathe out should be longer than the breathe in. So for example, if you're taking a breath within 10 seconds, breathe in with a 10 seconds time. So 15 seconds you should be breathing this out. It's very difficult. And it's not many people are doing it like that. Many people are doing breathe in, breathe out very quickly, and most of the time with your mouth, unfortunately, which is bad. So what we're going to do within 3 steps, we're going to do breathe in. Lungs are full, diaphragm full, and 6 steps counting, you do the breathe out. Not, stopping and then going through the next 4 steps, and the 8 steps should be an exhale. And then you're going to do 5 steps, 10, 6, 12, and twice as long you should be breathing out the air than you're breathing in. And hopefully you're going to reach out 15 seconds breathe in and 30 seconds breathe out, which will be a very, very good score. Obviously, if you won't be able to do it today and you're going to start suffocating today, so what I can do for you is for you to relax your neck, relax your arms, and then you should be able to do more steps. So let's get started. So let's get started breathing. These are not the apnea steps, so we are breathing with those steps. So 3, breathe in, 6, breathe out, 6 steps breathing out. Now 4 steps breathing in, and 8 steps breathing out. 5 to 10. So 5 breathe in, 10 breathe out. 6 by 12, which is 6 breathe in and 12 steps breathing out. 7 by 14, 7 breathing in and 14 steps while you're breathing out. 8 by 16, 8 breathing in and 16 steps breathing out. 9 by 18. 18 breathing out. And the last series, 10 by 20. So 10 breathing in, 10 steps breathing in, and 20 steps breathing out the air. Okay. I hope that all of that was clear, and you're gonna do few of those series in the morning before you go to work, or whenever you're coming back from work, and you're gonna feel that you are falling asleep. And then after this exercise, you should get way more energy. So the last thing is we're going to do the simulation of the Alpine Walk, which is something that would be you would be doing on 8,500 before above the sea level, without any decompression, without any breathing equipment. So it's very hardcore. I will show you this, but I'm not really encouraging you, especially people that are having less than 30 seconds of a control pole. I think it's definitely not for you. First, work on the control pulse to get that longer. And whenever you're gonna enroll this proper breathing and the proper exercising that I showed you, you can get to that level quicker while doing those exercises. But obviously, this should be done on a close eye, under the close eyes of the instructor. I do recommend the mask to improve your control pass, because working and breathing with the mask, it's you're gonna get the better results quicker. So what we're gonna do with the Alpine Walk, we're gonna do 3 rounds of steps. For example, when you did 50 steps, and after that, you're gonna try to repeat the same score, that because obviously we were doing few other exercises that will improve your score now. And the level of oxygenate the body, the level of oxygen in your body is a bit higher and better, so it should be easier for you. So you're doing 50 steps, and whenever you are hungry for breathing, instead of breathing in, you should start to run, well, not running, but very fast walk, and you should be able to do extra 10 steps, and then you're going to stop, and then you're going to do 6 very short breathe in with your nose. Very it should be the level of your lungs, that kind of the depth of your nose. It shouldn't even reach your diaphragm. It should be very, very small. And after the 6th one, you should be breathing in normally. So I recommend 12 cycles of breathing exercise. The slower you're gonna do the breathing, the break should be longer for you. Anyways, I hope it's clear enough for you. So you're going to see it how I'm doing it properly. For example, the X amount of steps, let's say it's 50 of the without any breaths. So instead of taking the breaths, okay, try to speed up with your walk, do the 10 steps extra, let go your nose, breathe in 6 breaths, and then 12 cycles of breathing in the break. So let's start. Alpine steps, no breathing, count your steps. Whenever you're gonna be short of breath and you're gonna feel the hunger, speed up still without any breathing. Then stop and take 6 very short breaths. After the stop, and now the 12 cycles of breathing, which breathe in and breathe out. So give yourselves a rest. 10th breath that I have. The 11th. And then the second round. Breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath. Do the numbers of steps. Whenever you feel the hunger to breathe in, speed up. And then do the 6 short breaths. Six short breaths. And 12 cycles of breathing in the break. The fun fact, the first session was 60 plus 14 thrust. Now I did 70 walking steps and 30, I think, fast walks. The last series I will try to do 75 and 50 fast walks. So which means that I did 125 Alpine steps, and with this score, definitely your saturation and whole body kind of levels would be definitely better, and you're gonna extend your living because the DNA and telomere that are shortened by the process of the getting older process are gonna be stopped. I did 4 sentences, so there is definitely 4 cycles of breathing cycles. So I'm gonna do the remaining ones. So attention, I'm gonna start the last session. Breathe in, breathe out, hold your breaths. Bartek's gonna do the 75 steps without breathing, and he's planning to do 50 fast-paced steps still without any breathing, which is in total 125. So those 50 now. And now 6 short breaths. With your nose, of course. And I even, it turned out to be even better. So it was 80 steps without breathing and 57 fast-paced walks. So the amount was even better than I expected. So it is great. Now, so I would like to measure your control pulse now. So you will see how it improved during your exercising. If we would do it now, it would be probably worse, but we're gonna now get some rest, and your diaphragm should get into again a normal kind of shape, and your heart rate will be slowed down. We're gonna rest from 3 to 5 minutes. So in the meantime, I will give you a homework. So for the next 30 days, I recommend you to do the steps 3 times a day, morning, midday, and in the evening by 5 rounds. So 10 minutes, more or less, that it will take you. So for your own health and your condition, for the next 30 days, you should do the challenge of half an hour session, breathing session, 3 times by 10 minutes a day. You can get up earlier, or you can lay down later, you're gonna feel after a few days that you're gonna feel better and how valued those exercises are valuable. So I do not recommend you to do the 2 sessions in the morning. So in the afternoon and in the evening, remember to do that sessions to do that exercise 2.5 hours after the meal, because whenever you're breathing, you're gonna finish your food, you're gonna unfortunately get lower scores, because the parts of our body are not, you know, taking part in that exercise after taking food. So if you would like to do and declare yourself in the comments that you're gonna do 3 sessions by those steps, and you're gonna promise me we're gonna meet up on the next hour live. Best way would be to you know to high five in life that you did something for your health, because the control pause would be even raising up to 4 seconds after those exercises. If you have a mask, you can improve it by 10 seconds. But if you're going to practice this in an often, and you're going to do steps and breathing properly during your walks, your control pause will be even by 20 seconds up. So I'm waiting for the people that are the most engaged. So during those steps, they could extend their living and you know, improve your condition to this level that you might want to start to do the gym like Daniel every morning. I could help you as well, because we have the platform Body Flow. Apart from the exercising, breathing exercise, we are doing trainings with kettles, and not only we have only over 100 hours of training with the kettles, 50 sessions of exercise when it comes to the other exercises, and many more hours of focusing on breathing properly. So much more exercises like those that I show you today, even more hardcore, and some, you know, lighter ones, so everyone will be able to find something for themselves. So much I will tell you more on the next live. We're gonna do the Q&A now, and then we're gonna do the control pause after that. So if you have any questions, write them down in the comments.
Mamy tutaj pytania na czacie.
We have some.
Przede wszystkim o to, czy można gdzieś udostępnić pisemne instrukcje, jeśli byłaby taka możliwość.
If it's possible to get the instruction for the walks.
Może być problem, żeby te instrukcje pisemnie, ale live się nagrywał, prawda?
Tak, jak najbardziej.
Myślę, że można sobie otworzyć, ponieważ pisemne instrukcje oznaczałyby, może powiedzmy tak, dla 10 osób, które się zdeklarują i odezwą
For
się
the
do
10 people that gonna declare themselves, I can do that in writing, because it's all about it depends of your control pause. I cannot really do the steps, the proper exercise for someone that is having the control pulse on a bad level. So for people that would really want to, I'll be able to do the written kind of instruction. So 4 people on a chat are declared.
A, już. Daniela trzeba
So.
zdecydować. O, teraz. Już.
Zmiutowany koniecznie. Nie popatrzcie.
Okay.
Okay.
Już musiałeś zasłużyć, słuchaj.
Tak, zasłużyłem właśnie tym miutowaniem. No, Bartłomiej, tutaj bardzo Ci dziękujemy, bo jak zwykle praktykowanie jest na pierwszym planie.
Thank you so much, Bartek, because it's amazing that you give us a challenge that we can do the series. And attention, guys, if you are a person that is watching this live and would like to get the value of this, Bartek have not only a reward for you, and I would love to get this instruction as well for myself, Bartek, but Bartek can show you the ways how to work with your body with the kettlebells, and not only. And from my perspective, I can thank you so much, and my wife can thank you, because thanks to you, I do not snore because I use the plaster. And I would like to, guys, let you know that this is not a bullshit, I would say, but these are the techniques and strategy of Bartłomiej, that is an expert in the area of breathing. And obviously, not only breathing, but extend your living. If you're going to improve your control pause by 5 seconds,
O 5 sekund zwiększy się pauza kontrolna, to tak naprawdę zmieniają się również nawyki żywieniowe.
you can improve your eating habits. We're going to use alkaline foods, less, more vegetables, not as sweet, not fast foods, but the back to roots, and we are going back to the good habits. If you're going to improve your control by 20 seconds, you're going to change the whole your life. Imagine, Daniel, that you're going to wake up before the alarm, that you're going to feel the energy like you had espresso. You don't have the lack of energy during the day. It's all the time the energy goes up and you're productive. And in the evening, when you do the exercise, the breathing exercise, you're taking yourself into the sleeping level, the REM sleeping level, and you don't have a problem with falling asleep. And like, for example, that you're waking up at night and then you're getting up tired the next morning. So the breathing methods are helping you, and obviously the snoring, which you're sleeping with this plaster, and then you can you don't lose so much water from your body, because whenever you're breathing nose, you don't lose so much water from your body. So whenever you're waking up at night to drink or to go to toilet, you are waking up yourselves, and then it's up and down with getting yourself again back to that effective way of sleeping. These days, it's very important to pay attention to that. As a breathing coach, I know that how important is the regeneration overnight. Whenever at 7 o'clock, I put my glasses to not get the blue lights to my kind of brain, and then using the mask, so it will force me to do the diaphragm breathing. So a lot of aspects that are able to be happy with my life now and with my health. And especially when you are doing those steps by an hour or 2 hours, to get with your steps, the steps and the points, so you can do it even more effectively with proper breathing, instead of checking the phone or talking. Those steps, those walks can change your life. Great. I actually used all the aspects that you have used whenever I'm on standing in a traffic lights. I'm doing the control pause. In Ireland, we don't have the seconds during the lights, but it's more important is that I'm able to get myself calmed down, and it helps me a lot to concentrate. Myself and yourself are very, very look-alike, because we are, all the times in the move. I could not meditate. For me, meditation was something that I could not reach. Whenever I was sitting, down, my brains were, floating. Whenever you are focusing on counting the steps or the seconds of, holding your breath, whenever you're in traffic lights or something, I sat in that it will become your habit, and it will become my habit. On my way to my gym, I'm counting, for example, on the motorway, the signs. I'm not saying that for you to do that as a passenger, of course, but for myself as a person that I'm doing that for by 5 years now, I could play with it, right? In, for example, shopping center, I put a game like up until I don't have green pepper in my basket, I will not breathe. But this is the games that I'm doing. And you could do, useful things like that and just be mindful of it and be conscious of it. I don't have any flu. I don't have any antibiotics. I don't have any blocked nose, running nose, no doctors, nothing. I don't wake up at night. What can you want more? I know what you can do. We're gonna do the control pass again, second time now, and you're gonna see how it improved. And you can check them as well, other exercises on our platform, Body Flow. You can register online to get your energy up, and sexual energy and training energy, much more. So definitely worth it to check it out. And we're going to show you more next month. So get now relaxed, get your head, rest your head, breathe in and breathe out with your diaphragm. So get the air flows out from your body, and then my score was 40 seconds. And then now start.
W chwili obecnej 55.
In the meantime, I have 55 seconds. So 15 seconds is longer. Daniel is 41. Halina had 32, so 11 seconds more.
Daniel 41, a miał 30. Dobrze kojarzę, Daniel? Więc widzicie,
So you can see few rounds of exercise, not even full exercise, because we only did 3 rounds, and usually we do 5 rounds. Whenever we do even 10 rounds when it comes to Alpine walks with the masks, and everything is going smooth. But today we just did an introduction, few of those few techniques, so you can see your scores now. If you're gonna keep up the 40 seconds, Monica, by 6 months, you are not gonna be a pharmacy customer ever again. Guys, any other questions?
Na czacie już więcej pytań nie mamy, także widzę,
Okej.
że to już tak, tylko jeszcze tutaj Daniela musimy znowu,
There's no question on the chat. Now Daniel still have.
Super. No ja ćwiczę z tym palcem, żeby po prostu nie robić.
I keep with the finger because I put the finger underneath my nose to control not to take a huge breath in. Very good session. Thank you so much, Bartek. Remember that, practicing and doing those exercises is way better than, whining about your health. So the master have given us the great techniques. We're going to see each other on the next webinar, but the people that will reach out to Bartłomiej and will do the challenge of the 1 month challenge gonna get the written instruction when it comes to do the exercise. So people are already asking about the body flow platform, if we can do the link.
Oczywiście.
I widzimy, że Łukasz i Halinka już napisali, że wiadomości wysłali.
O,
Sprawdzę.
And
jutro
few
rano,
people already sent
od 6 czy 5:30 jestem na nogach codziennie, więc spodziewaj się odpowiedzi o tej godzinie. A póki co za dzisiaj bardzo mocno dziękuję za zaproszenie, Daniel. Dziękuję.
thank you
całej
so much for having me again, and for this Zoom, and everybody, and Maggie, thank you. No problem at all.
Następnym razem już czuję się w pierś. Będę miał tutaj napisany znak stop, stop, stop. Jest.
Bartłomiej, mamy jeszcze pytanie, gdzie można kupić takie fajne koszulki, jak masz na sobie?
Where you can get the t-shirts like this, Bartłomiej, on the Body Flow platform. But I can send you the link as well.
Do naszej strony, do platformy, tam również w zakładce sklepu powinny być i maski.
We should get the masks as well on our platform. So if you're interested to buy the t-shirts, because there was a question, you could also. So thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.